What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tay coming at y'all with a real quick live video about our Philadelphia Eagles. And as you can see from earlier's news, is that the Philadelphia Eagles has cut Zach Brown, linebacker, who used to play with the Redskins and all that old stuff, and also the one that said quite a few crazy words about Kirk Cousins, which come to find out, he couldn't match up for one way or another to even stop Kirk Cousins, to even, hell, I don't even think he got a tackle against Kirk Cousins, you know what I mean? So, we already see where that whole situation go. So, I'm going to tell y'all my view, because a lot of people say, man, he got cut because of the talks and all that from, nah. Me, myself, personally, after the spanking we took from the Vikings yesterday, overall, it was really like, me personally, I'm going to just say this, and I ain't trying to go all over the place. I got other things I want to get to, but me personally, I wouldn't just cut Zach Brown. I would have cut Sid Jones, I'd have cut Aguilar, and I probably would have cut, who else? Matt Collins. I'd have cut his ass too. But at the end of the day, but I like to think that ultimately the cut of Zach Brown was also making a statement to the locker room. Like, look, y'all, I think WP must have went up in that jank and said, listen here, from this day forward, nobody's to play like this ever the fuck again. You are not to go out here and put on a performance like that ever again. Not only not go out and put out a performance, but if you can't show no heart, no class, no nothing while you're losing, or even attempt to try to get you and your team back into the play, you don't deserve to be on the team. Like I said, Malcolm Jenkins was right about what he said about the corners, because as the game progressed, it looked like each time that they got burnt, it looked like they just got burnt, can't do nothing about it. Which in some cases, I'm gonna keep it real, some things happens in life, man, it's really nothing that you can do about the shit. You just fuck around and just gotta, one trick pony, get up and try it again. But this shit ain't just happened one time. This happened a couple times that these dudes were getting burnt. Like, you got Sidney Jones, he get burnt. Then you got Douglas, he getting burnt. It's just no way. So I like to think the overall situation of Zach Brown being released was basically making a statement to the locker room. That's just my view. I mean, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, I mean, he was okay, but look, nah. First of all, let's just be honest here. When Jay Kruger or Hill or whatever, when he got freaking injured, I mean, we needed somebody else to fill the void. So as far as I'm concerned, man, he was a body to begin with. You understand? So as far as I'm concerned, man, ain't nobody losing no sleep over it. But at the same time, I will say this. Let this be a fucking lesson to you, everybody in the Eagles camp, anybody in the damn locker room, that you can't perform like this. Point blank period. That loss we took yesterday was a fucking disgrace, and I'm not going to jump back into it and the what's and whys, because we already been down that avenue and explained it. Now, today's news also, hold on, let me put this hat right here, because I gotta feel good about this. A lot of people was also having a little idea of why WP talking shit on the Dallas Cowboys. Me personally, I wouldn't even say he really was stepping out his way out of bounds of saying that we're going to get up and we're going to make our best effort to go in Dallas and win the goddamn game. I mean, hey, wouldn't you say the same if you just came off an upset and losing that? You should have won. Now, and I will say this also before I go into the rest of the tune. If I'm being completely honest, I'm going to say the Eagles right now should be at, I would say, a good 5-1. A good 5-1. And I only could tell you the teams that I only thought we were going to lose to throughout this damn beginning of the season. I honestly thought we were going to lose one game to Aaron Rodgers. One game. I believe Redskins should have been taken care of. The Falcons should have been taken care of because we had their number for the last 2 years. The Vikings, we got beaten by them last year, but I still think they butthurt because we beat the shit out of them in their house and won the Super Bowl in their house and laughed it in their face. So they got their revenge for the second year in a row on us. And then you lose to the Lions, which, by the way, I'm sitting here understanding within a few minutes ago, Green Bay is tag-toeing that ass on the Lions. So there you go. these are the very few games that I believe that we should have not lost. Now, if I'm going to be logical and being realistic, 4-2 we should be. Cowboys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I could see them being, with the teams that they played, I can honestly say right now I can see the Cowboys at maybe 4-2, right along with us at best. Because the only two games I can say they honestly, now I wasn't expecting them to lose by the Jets. I'm not gonna lie, I did expect them to lose to the Saints and the Rodgers, but not the Jets. That was unexpected, Cowboys fans. Very unexpected. But I can say both of these teams could easily be 4-2 right now. Still in the same thing with the division, but let's face it, we both are 3-3, and both teams could have easily beat every team they had due to the fact of the talent and all that old good stuff. Only difference is between us and the Cowboys, we got a better coach. They got Jason Garrett. So it is what it is. We don't need to go into that as well. Also, get back into the ranch. I don't have a problem with Dougie P stating the obvious that he wants to get up, he wants to go down here and make it happen. I think that damn game enough showed him what he needs to do, or how he needs to conduct himself with these players, how he needs to conduct them in practice, and how he needs to conduct them when they get ready for showdown for Sunday night. I believe he's very confident, just like myself. I'm confident that we can go out there because we're supposed to be getting some of our key opponents back. Which I will say, Darby's supposed to be coming back, and then you got Jalen Mills, who was another motherfucker I really don't trust all like that. Because you got to remember, he hasn't played since last year. So as far as, correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't played a snap. He hasn't even practiced. So as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be another thing that we will have to worry about. Granted, a lot of people saying that Cooper is going to be out, but even with that, I'm still not 100%. Not going to say that they're not going to have our way. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real. We got to change that defensive scheme. And I ain't going back into that avenue neither. But they got to change that defensive scheme. And, of course, I'm also hearing that Deshaun Jackson's not fully 100%, but he's getting there. But me personally, I think Deshaun Jackson's been ready. He already been ready. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they're just trying to keep that shit hitting until, Wednesday, Thursday night, maybe Friday that he's ready to go. Because they don't want to get these damn Cowboys completely to goddamn on a eyeball think of it. They got Deshaun Jackson come back. We got automatically can't playing. So, it's logic to me. It's basic mathematics. So, with that said, man, I'm very confident that we are going to go down here to the Cowboys. It ain't going to be easy. Let me be the first to say that. It's not going to be easy. It's not a toss-up. They struggling with their shit defense. Just like our defense, they struggling on offense, just like we struggling on offense. Both teams are actually kind of like neck to neck. Both teams that came out in the beginning of the season on slow starts. Both teams' defenses hasn't been able to really do a whole lot of pass rushing. I'm gonna say in some cases, the Cowboys had their moments, just like the Eagles had their moments, but both of the teams are neck and neck. And you can get the rest where I'm coming from with that. But both of the teams are both legitimately the same, except for, in one case, you can look at it as, like I said, as the coaching. You got Jason Garrett, and then you got Dougie P. But I like to also think, and I'm going to use this one final statement before I click off of here. Is it me, or was it... And I'm going to use 2 points for our Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think that it was better when we had Frank Wright along with Doug Pederson? Just like we know Jug Douglas along with Howie Roseman? Because it seems like someone said this, and I can't quite remember who it was, but they brought out a valid point, and I'm bringing it up now, that the offense, when Frank Wright was around, was so much goddamn smooth. The game planning was just too much not like, it was almost like Dougie P and fucking Frank Wright was sitting back there with a latte coffee, literally just sitting here with the playbook like, can't be touched. Who gonna defend this goddamn scheme? Just like Joe Douglas. He's sitting in the background like, look, Howie, we can get this motherfucker. It's nothing. And you can see the difference because never have I seen Howie Roseman go this long without making a move on a goddamn trade. Never have I seen it. Because 2-3 weeks ago, if Douglas was still here, I'm willing to believe they'd have signed some goddamn body. Even if it wasn't Jalen Ramsey. You could have signed somebody competent that will be able to be somewhat or whatever. Granted, he probably wouldn't be much younger, but it would be definitely a compliments piece to fucking help fill the void. But tell me what y'all think, man, in the comments, man. Meanwhile, it's your boy Tay checking in, checking out.